Hi, welcome to Serial Horror, a channel for the horror enthusiast. Today's episode of True Crime is an exclusive. It's a story that was breaking news on March 1st, so it's still developing as we speak. This story is about meth, murder, and mutilation. You ready? Because this one is a doozy. Let's get right into it. It's a chilly morning in Greenbay, Wisconsin. Snow is on the ground. It's about 3:25 a.m. when officers get called to respond to a residence where a human head was found in a bucket. The caller that made the gruesome discovery was none other than the victim's own mother. I mean, can you imagine? Upon arrival, they were let in by the woman. When they approached the basement, they observed a plastic bucket on the floor with a towel over it. The officer lifted the towel and saw a human head inside it. He looked around and also observed what appeared to be dried blood on a nearby mattress. They then learned that a woman by the name of Taylor Schabusiness was the lover of the man who lived at that residence, and that she had a van that was parked outside that was associated with her. When the van was examined, they found a crock pot behind the driver's seat that contained human body parts. When she was apprehended, the officers told her that they were called to respond to a head being found, and her response was, quote, "That is pretty fucked up," unquote. She continues to tell it how it all went down in pretty graphic detail. She told the officers that they smoked meth and she committed the murder in a drug-fueled sex act. The victim, now as we know, Shad Tyrion, was her lover. She said that strangulation was a regular act during sex for them. So after smoking meth, they engaged in sex, but we'll get to that in a minute. The victim's mother says that around 9:30 p.m. on February 21st, Schabusiness picked up Shad and they left, probably to go meet her drug dealer, I don't know. She then said they returned home and went to the basement. The mother and her boyfriend, the mother's boyfriend, left and were gone for most part of the day on Tuesday. She then went to say that she was awoken that night, early morning at around 3 a.m. by a door being slammed. She got up and saw the basement light was still on. She went into the basement and didn't see anyone. As she started to go back up the stairs is when she noticed the bucket sitting there. She went over to it and discovered the head. So, this is how she killed this poor dude. When he put the chain around his neck, when they were started to have sex, she started to choke him. She described really enjoying it and was not able to stop. She realized he was dead when he began spilling blood out of his mouth and then his face turned blue. Now this chick, after he was dead, plays with his body for about 2 or 3 hours. Now for YouTube policy purposes, I'll try to keep it clean as much as I can. She said she gave him oral copulation and sodomized him with a female toy. After playing with him, she beheads and dismembers him. She told officers that she used knives from the kitchen and that the bread knife worked the best. She also tells officers that, quote, they were going to have fun trying to find all of the organs and all the body parts in the basement, unquote. And that there should be a foot or leg in the minivan. So when officers completed their search, they also found his male organ in the same bucket with 2 knives, along with his head. Other body parts are found in the basement in shopping bags and a storage tote that contained his upper torso and several other organs. So who is this monster? Taylor Schabusiness? She's married to Warren Schabusiness, this dude, who is also currently serving time in prison. Oh, the perfect pair, right? So lovely. At the time of the murder, she was supposed to be wearing a monitoring bracelet and wasn't. as part of her probation for a previous felony. This girl's no saint by no means. I mean, who knows? She might have already killed before. Schabusiness is now charged with first-degree murder, homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault. Her bail is set at like $2 million cash, and she's due back in court, I believe, March 22nd. So what do you guys think? Do you think she's deserving of the death penalty? Well, unfortunately, Wisconsin is a non-capital punishment state, but I'd like to know your thoughts. Thank you for joining me. This concludes this episode of True Crime. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, join me on new videos every week. And don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as well.